let us talk about the foundation of Kenya's land register systems. We will establish professional land literacy by explaining the historical and legal foundation of Kenya's land registration systems. If you are an investor, developer, surveyor, or a land professional, understanding the origin of a parcel registration system is essential to assessing risk and securing ownership. What you have to keep in mind is that every land transaction begins with the register, but not all registers are created equal, and their history determines the risk you inherit. Let me break it down as the following. How Kenya's land registration evolved, why multiple systems existed, why historical regimes still matter, and the legal anchor that governs today. Understanding origin is understanding the risk profile before you buy land. Know its evolution and land registration that took place before. Let me explain. In Kenya's land registration history reflects colonial and post-independence system, pre-2012 era that was fragmented system and multiple registration regime existed. We had Registered Land Act, which generated the green card system, adjudication based, which was primarily rural parcels, registry index map, Government Land Act, which generated the white card system. Land allocation was based on leasehold parcels. This included deed plan. Registration of Title Act specialized urban or freehold parcels in selected regions, and fragmentation created the following variation in survey standards: inconsistent documentation, disparate ownership verification processes. Risk is embedded in historical documentation. Ownership is only as secure as its origin. Post-2012 era, which created Land Registration Act 2012, unified land laws under Land Registration Act 2012, established a single integrated registry for all parcels types, introduced a digital national land information system, standardized registration, mutation, and encumbrance recording professional benefit, streamlines access and improved legal clarity, but historical registers remain relevant. Why multiple systems existed? Colonial era allocation versus adjudication rural versus urban parcel management, freehold versus leasehold policies, administrative convenience and local governance. Point to note: historical systems were functional for their time, but they created legacy risk for modern investors. Why historical regime still matters today? Even with harmonization, green card and white card registers were closed but legally valid era. Anomalized and legacy dispute from all registers persist. Route to title, survey type, and original allocation or adjudication determine risk exposure. Modern transactions still reference old numbers, maps, and plans. A digital record does not automatically erase procedural or survey defects. Legal anchor: Land Registration Act 2012 governs all current registration, provides authority to convert all registers to the National Land Information System, recognize historical entries, standardize encumbrances and mutation recording. Compliance with 2012 Act ensures current legality, but origin risk remains embedded in historical records. Authority anchor. Understanding parcels registration. Origin is the first step in professional land literacy. Green card, it is governed by Registered Land Act. It contains general boundaries, adjudication, history. White card, governed by Government Land Act, contains allocation and leasehold history. Registration of Title Act, specialized freehold and urban parcels. Do you know that risk is inherited and knowledge of origin informs survey verifications, encumbrance checks, and investment decisions? Before you buy, develop, or lend on land, understand its foundation history, dictates survey accuracy, boundary disputes, and title reliability. Modern digital registers improves access but not erase legacy risk. Professional land literacy begins with foundation that is origin, historical system, and legal framework. In our next video episode 2, we will explain green card system in land surveying, and we will dive into the adjudication-based registers that dominate rural land in Kenya, because in land matters, knowing the origin is knowing the risk.